Hi, my name's Mel, and in this video I'm going to show you all the gear that I take on a folding bike tour. I'm going to unpack it all and show you everything that I carry along with me, and then I'm going to show you how I pack it all back onto the bike. Now let's get started. So the first thing you'll notice about my bike is that it doesn't have a front carrier, and this means that I have to carry all of my gear on the back of the bike. This can cause some problems, but I'll go through them later on in the video. You'll also notice that I'm not carrying a tent. The tent and the cooking gear that we carry is on Andy's bike. You can watch that video up here. To help a little bit with the weight distribution on my bike, I've got my bike lock, which is about 1.4 kilos, and I've strapped that onto the front. And I've also got my wet weather gear, which can get quite heavy at the front. Everything gets tied on by inner tube rubber. I've also got my warm jumper, which at the moment is way too hot to be wearing. I have an airline pillow. We don't normally carry these, but we saw an opportunity to take one. It's worth it. Next thing we've got here is my sleeping roll. €6 from Decathlon. Sometimes the terrain isn't great for a good night's sleep, so this really helps to even out some of the bumps. One of the most important things that I have is the tarp. It's perfect size and length for one person when you need to have a break from the riding, and if you need to sleep somewhere as well and it's too hot and you don't want to put up the tent, too much hassle. The most important reason is because we pack down our whole bike into the tarp for air travel, and if you have a look at this video you can see more on that. So the main parts of my gear are stored in the pannier and my backpack. It's a 24-litre pack. This bag is about 6 kilos, so I've got a crisscrossing strapping method here to keep it steadfast. One backpack. The thing about this pannier is it's actually not made for a bike, it is made for baby pushchairs. It attaches here just by Velcro, really nicely on the back carrier. And on the opposite side of my bike, I have a water bottle strapped here. It's normally full, and the reason why is that so that my bike has a counterweight on this side, just for even balance. The thing with having all your gear on the back is that it can cause a lot of extra heavy weight on the back wheel, and it can become overloaded. And if you're traveling over quite bumpy terrain, we've previously had flat tires from going over a bump and the impact from all the heavy weight. We also noticed that it can cause some twisting if there's all the weight is over on one side like it is with the pannier. So this is a good counterweight, and it's a good way to store extra water, which you need on really hot days in France. Now that we've got the gear off the bike, let's show you the contents. The most important things in the pannier go right in the very top pocket, and these are the bike tools. Puncture repair kit, spanner, Allen key tools. So in the main bag here, another important bike equipment, air pump. We also have an extended chain that goes with the kryptonite lock. My glasses. Everything in here is things that we need to access really quickly because my pack is a nightmare to get things out of. As you can see, I strapped it on very tightly. So anything I need to access during the day goes in this bag. Plastic bag, really useful for wet weather gear. Can cover one of my bags if I need it. Tissue paper. If you're traveling in Europe, a lot of the campsites and other places, like public toilets, don't stock or don't have toilet paper. So it's really important to carry this around. You never know when you might need it. Groceries. I also carry food in the pannier. The groceries are generally split between the two of us in my pannier and one of Andy's bags. Ooh. The way I like to record my travel memories is through sketching. I have just a plain recycled bread bag for weather protection, keep it dry. Carry all my pens and pencils in there. And my 2 sketchbooks. First aid. I've got my plasters, I've got some DEET insect repellent and medication and all sorts of things that is really important on the road. I got stung by an insect in my eye along the road, and if I hadn't have had antihistamine cream, like, it would have gone way different and we would have really struggled. So it's important to have all your medications, and think long term too. If you're traveling for several months, make sure you have enough to cover you for that whole time period. Sunscreen, really important. Toothbrush, need to grab it pretty quickly sometimes. And cooking gear, we got this from Decathlon. It's a cooking set. It's got a pot and it's got 2 plates in there and some cutlery. It's a little bit worse for wear at this stage, from the hobo stove. In here we carry macaroni and any loose food items, as well as the plates and cutlery. That's the pannier all done. Let's put this back together and we'll have a look at my backpack next. Oh, we'll start with the top. I carry phone charger. It's got 2 USB ports, really handy when you've got multiple devices you need charging. An eye mask. Bit of hand sanitizer. Got a power bank for charging the devices. I've got a really good black diamond head torch. Deodorant. Dry bar, really handy, so good for carrying smaller things, and it lasts a very long time. Spare batteries for the head torch. And this one's for the girls, sorry guys, a moon cup, really handy. You don't want to have to carry multiple hygiene products. So in the main part of my bag, I've got a 2-season sleeping bag. It's light, it packs down small, and it's also got a mosquito net to zip over the face part. I've got a nice bright microfiber towel, dries real fast, really handy. Razor, all my soap bars. I have body, shampoo and conditioner. Got my sleeping mat. It's really simple, but it does the job. This is my sleeping setup. It's pretty cozy for a summer night. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. If you'd like to know what clothes I take for a 4-month tour, this is all of it. So I've got the clothes that I'm wearing. I've got a dress, a long sleeve linen shirt, warm merino thermal gear, especially if you're going to be changing seasons while you're traveling, a top, singlet, pants. I've got gloves and merino socks and a hat. I've also got underwear and swimwear. The bike's all packed up. That's been all my gear that I'm taking on my folding bike tour. Thanks for watching. You've been watching Mel on Hobocyclist, and we'll see you in the next episode.